Welcome back. We are here for the second pro semifinals. Mike White alongside Bryce Clifford. We're talking about it. We're having a hell of a time today. This is the best tournament I've been at in a while, and it continues. We have an unbelievable match coming up.
I'm very excited for two completely different reasons. We've got Buddy Hammond and Clark Marshall. Buddy, a longtime teammate of mine. I will try to be very unbiased at the microphone today. They are a huge defensive team, just starting to get their serves kind of underway against Wonky Sauce, a team that is from Canada, from British Columbia. And they told me, this is why I'm so happy for them to be here. They beat Sloppy Seconds on their route to the semifinals, which is huge for them. And then they told me that they wake up early because they're on the West Coast to watch this stream. And now they're so excited to actually be a part of it. So this is like a full circle thing for them. They're growing as players, and they're very excited to be here. It's going to be a pretty electrifying match, I think.
It's pretty great. And so, of course, we'll recap again. Wonky Sauce, we have Justin Plett and Blake Bozak from British Columbia. They came down here and just stunned everyone, beat Sloppy Seconds in 2, and then took out the Klondike Bars to make it to the semifinals. Unbelievable serves and players. I'm so impressed. Of course, their team they're playing against, Buddy Hammond and Clark Marshall, Assistive Touch, played one tournament earlier this year and won, and decided that they're going to play nationals again, so they're here trying to rack up some more points. And one of the best defensive teams, they shut down Rito Boys, and I'm just so excited for this match and just to see Wonky Sauce in action.
Yeah, me too. And I know that the serving is what Marshall Assistive Touch, I'll try to use their team names, is what Assistive Touch knows that they're not as good at. They're like, listen, some people get breaks on serves. We get breaks on defense. Now, personally, I think it's harder to get your breaks on defense with how good everyone is on offense. But if anybody can make it happen, it's these two guys. I mean, look at them. Shirtless, some of the most athletic players that you're going to find out here. So I'm very excited to see how this kind of shakes out.
We have really such a good combo where Hammond has some of the best hands. If you're watching that last match, you saw Murthy get those touches up. Hammond is like that times 10. It just unbelievable fastest hands in round net. And then Marshall is one of the best setters in round net.
Yeah, he is. He's a very clean player. I got to catch a couple of their pool play games because I was definitely following Buddy around a little bit. Buddy, although not known for his serving, I watched him get 6 aces in one game. So, he says he's not a serve baller, but it wasn't against a top team, but it was in a bracket where they're a great player. So they're getting their last little touches in here, getting a couple of fake little serves that they're definitely – I mean, Buddy might do this serve in the game, a little underhand roller. But Blake Bozak, Justin Plett, happy to be here. And when you've got that level of drive, it brings the best out of you. So
yeah, exactly. And you see on the right side, Dan Abrams peeking in. The observers are getting ready for setting up, making the correct calls. I think we will note here that we don't want to say it's 100% confirmed, but of course usually you need a top 2 to earn an automatic Pro Division bid. We believe that I'm in the Pro Division at Nationals.
And that would make for a very sad PJ Showalter and Joel Graham, who are the bubble team actually on the sidelines here, watching very intently to see if they get to keep a firm hold on their Pro Division hopes. Clark Marshall always opting to just keep that second one on the net since they are so good at defense, but looking for the no-hit zone, didn't get it. Great point for Plett.
That looked like just a put-on serve from Marshall, which Buddy Hammond did notably in Garland, Texas. Every second serve was just a put-on easy, and it allowed them to play the defense that they wanted to. I wonder if we're going to see that again, but if he has better serves, he may just kind of rip it.
Oh, that's a great cut serve on a second serve there. Hammond has the opportunity to hit this one through and does. Finds the smallest gap. Great point for Assistive Touch.
Yeah, such a quick feed on Hammond that he can just get over to that and pop it right up.
Buddy Hammond rocking this blue hat. Clark Marshall in a white hat. All players wearing hats today. Goes for a backhand serve. Stays very low, but just not good.
Just clipped the rim on that front there.
Does not get up. Great point from Wonky Sauce.
I said before, that's a smart low and soft hit by Bozak so that it can't pop up nicely off of Hammond.
Yeah, it's almost like they did their homework. They know that they're going to be in the right spot all the time. Don't let it bounce up off of their abs.
Right, they've watched these guys play on stream.
All right, Plett opts for the left hand. And pockets up. Clark Marshall. Tallest player on the court will get his first opportunity to serve here. Goes for a drop, ends up under the net. Serve number 2. And goes for hitting it hard.
Marshall,
which actually, we thought I was going to hit it. I thought he was going to just put it on the net.
Marshall, I think, has a nice left hand as well, but serves similar to Coleman Epperson, where he just is going for that big cut. He has a long reach, and it can go very far.
That is an incredible reverse cut from Blake Bozak. Hammond just stunned and said, yeah, that's good.
Nope, that was good. And the first ace coming out, I'm sure the first of many for Wonky Sauce.
Bozak lets a rip again, just misses, then goes left. That one pockets up and will be not good. Hammond gets the ball back, closes off his stance, changes his mind. Opens it back up, steps for the backhand again. This will pocket up.
I think he liked how that backhand felt last time. Of course, it hit the front rim, but it was looking good.
Steps out wide right and just puts this one on low, but it's clipped to the front of the rim.
Of course, this is the first match of the day for both teams. It may take a little warming up.
A reverse cut now from Plett, and Bozak Plett proving that they could both do it. We will go to observers.
Yeah, and we got a clean call. Yep.
Hammond not happy about it, but Wonky Sauce will take a 2-point lead.
Yeah. So 6-3 lead for Wonky Sauce on the hands of 2 reverse cuts. Straight past Hammond. He needs to clean that up a little bit.
Trying to get him to bite, and does. Hits a lefty cut. Defended well by Marshall, who has to avoid the no-hit zone. But this is defended by Plett, who's going to swing with his right hand, but puts it into the rim. Point for Assistive Touch.
Yes, that was a little off by Bozak there. Nice chase down, and great recovery from Marshall on that. Going great.
Yeah, I think that Assistive Touch kind of came out of that a little bit lucky. That the set wasn't perfect. Something that Wonky Sauce told me they're working on the last 3 weeks. They know their serves are good, as we've already seen. But for the last 3 weeks, working a lot on their passing and their setting. So that set just fine, and they put that one straight into the left hand of Marshall. Doesn't bounce up. Great point for the Canadians.
Marshall likes to eat up those with those body defense, but when it's low like that, you can't do anything. Fakes coming out and then a big swing.
Yeah, those fakes are actually they work. I mean, the second you get someone to take a full jump to one side, they might be dead in the water. So just goes for a right-handed cut here. Looked pretty good. Buddy avoiding. Great jump over the net. The athleticism coming out to play here as he avoids the no-hit zone, gets the pull.
Made him work for it with that nice cut serve, but that's the hit, and that's the hits you come to love and see out of Buddy Hammond. He'll put the extra effort in.
Yeah, there will be some high-flying action. He steps, did the one-footed serve we've been seeing everyone do on their second touches. We'll see if he opts to put this one just on the net. Typical wide right, just puts it on. Trying to play some defense. Tries to get a left hand on it. Barely hits a finger, but great job by pushing it to the left side.
Yeah, strong footwork, and he's able to keep it very low and light, which will not give Assistive Touch really any chances unless he messes up. If he can hit that every time, he'll be very successful.
Big righty swing there. Wonky Sauce just needs to maintain this lead, really. Assistive Touch, like they already said, they don't serve as well. This pass was great, but the swing no good from Clark Marshall. And now Wonky Sauce nursing a 4-point lead, and they get to keep the ball in their hands.
Right, that was another new serve we saw come out, the left-handed that challenged Marshall.
Plett is serving so great. Backhand from Hammond. The left-handed touch from Justin Plett, but it does not go up to his teammate. Assistive Touch stops the bleeding.
Yeah, I'm impressed. That defense getting around that looked really good. If they can get some defense coming in too, they'll be looking unstoppable. A quick chat between the teammates there on Assistive Touch's side.
Clark Marshall, deep breath, goes out wide right and tries to hit a big cut. Like you mentioned, it's like the #1 serve in his arsenal. Lines up, closed off again. Just hits a reverse there and comes away with an ace.
That is very new to Clark Marshall's arsenal. Said he's been working on that recently, hitting serves in the basement, and that looked beautiful.
And then he hits a cut. He can go to both sides. Clark Marshall with 2 aces in a row.
Clark Marshall coming alive, and so is the crowd, hyped up with those back-to-back to both sides. Boom.
And then he goes for a drop, and it's perfect. I think it may have hit the side of the net.
A little bit side.
They called it no good. No good. Must have been pretty obvious to everyone but me.
And the crowd cheered. The crowd cheered.
Yeah,
so.
Everyone cheered. It was, They wanted to see 3 aces in a row. It'd be awesome. So he'll try again. Goes for a drop again. Trying to play some defense. Bozak, big swing. Marshall giving it a chase down, but not able to get there.
They got that point there, but it wasn't an ideal set from Plett. A little casual. Sometimes when you do the drop, the team does opt to play it a little more casually and actually can be a little mistake.
Yeah. A Wonky Sauce with a left-handed serve there from Bozak. Marshall avoids the no-hit zone and pulls it low. I don't know how he got that angle on it.
I love that. They're doing everything they can. Exactly. Bozak and Plett were in the spot to get that, so he needed to dive to get that extra angle.
Hammond will fake a step out and then goes for a backhand.
No success yet from Hammond on the serving line.
Wonky Sauce did do enough to get some insurance points to still keep a lead here in the beginning of the game. Bozak tried to go on 2, maybe a little bit of inexperience, but he'll get the body touch. No. Bozak not able to put it back there on the soft touch, but going on 2, like you mentioned, you can do it until it doesn't work.
And I don't want to say that it's inexperience coming out, but that might be it. That does not look like a hit you see at this pro level.
No, they may be shaking out a couple of nerves, but Bozak with a great serve receive and an open-handed finish, which is a very smart shot, something you only see from experienced players.
Yeah, he redeems himself there. That was a very crafty shot. A very crafty shot.
Great job by Bozak to shut us up here in the booth. Justin Plett steps out right. A couple of head fakes. Looks for a reverse with how far that bounced to the right off the grass. Goes for a standard. Actually, it looked like another reverse effort just with the way he swung. But puts the ball back into Clark Marshall's right hand. Maybe left hand. We don't know. As this game's tied up. He goes for another reverse. It's very good. Call the carry anyways. Yep. Doesn't matter. Won't need the carry call. It's another ace, the third one from Clark Marshall.
Marshall coming alive. I don't know exactly how much I recall, but I believe Assistive Touch had very few aces during their tournament win in Texas. So the fact that they have 3 so far.
Yeah, the one thing they said is that they were working on some serves, and now Wonky Sauce. Maybe a good time to call a timeout. I mean, they've given up 5 breaks in the last 8 points, I think. So it would be very wise of them to do whatever they can to make sure that their offense is clean here. As Marshall serves a big cut serve. They go on 2 yet again, and Hammond is going to put this one away with a pull.
And another one for Assistive Touch. They are all over them. These drops, Buddy Hammond will eat those up.
Yeah, you can see him. I think
he
likes to hide behind the players a lot and then make them make the decision, and then he's either sprinting or diving.
And that was a second 2 by Bozak, who's had incredible hitting, except for those 2 twos.
Ooh, that's a great shot right there with the backhand, something we haven't seen quite yet from them. Great shot by Bozak. Finally gets the ball back, and we know that he can serve, so he'll need to if they want to get back in the game. Goes for a reverse of his own. To no avail. Side-by-side stance here on his second serve. Steps out right, fakes, goes left. Marshall going to swing with his right, puts it right at Plett, who's going to push with his left. Body defense by Buddy, who puts this up and over. Great job by Hammond.
And Plett asks, did you carry? He says, no, I did not. We are just incredible. Huge save for Assistive Touch. Just nice defense there. But again, Buddy Hammond slides right in and gets to wrap it through.
And that's those are the touches that they know they're going to need to keep putting them up. I mean, if Marshall keeps acing, they won't need as many. But what they're known for is that type of defense.
So they're up 15-12. So a solid lead for Assistive Touch.
They just put this one on. Plett going to have to do a lefty touch here. Buddy does a weird lefty backhand. I don't think he needed to. He probably could have hit it right back on the net.
No, exactly. Just an on-1 right there.
But why not try to get a top play out?
Making it work. And I see a very confident Buddy Hammond out there.
That is a dangerous Buddy Hammond. Now, feeling himself, will serve a reverse cut of his own. Hammond, where does that even come from?
And we got an ace. Someone's calling him a serve baller from the crowd. He's finally making it work. And now they're up 17-12.
And another ace. Maybe he is a serve baller.
And they called a foot drag. Called back by Garrett Hornock, observing.
That is something that I have seen from Buddy, and he knows that he may get called on that if he isn't perfect with it. So he knows that is a known risk of that serve. Gets the ball in the net this time. Plett swinging with the left hand, missed touch again. Marshall setting from the ground, and Hammond gets to put it away with his right hand. Not sure what they're asking.
I think they thought the hit was a rim.
The hit seemed good. If anything, I thought they were going to ask.
They call a rim, and Clark just goes, "Dang." Let's get a look. Yeah, it could look a little rimmy there.
It may be, as we caught on our monitor, it may have been a rim. Good use of the observer there by Wonky Sauce.
Yep, Plett happy to catch a break there and to stop the bleeding.
Uphill battle here. He will hit a sick reverse cut here to get one back. Although they have some insurance points, Assistive Touch needs to be worried about that.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to defend.
Another one attempted there by Plett. I mean, sometimes these guys miss the net and the ball still jumps 3 feet to the right off grass. It's insane. Steps out to the left. Couple of options. Lefty drop. Misses the net completely, and Assistive Touch will get the ball back in there. Well, I was going to say their star server, but each one of these guys has a couple of aces now. Just goes for Old Faithful. Just a big right-handed swing. Puts this ball on the net, nice and easy. Plett going to be swinging with the right hand. Body touch by Marshall. Can't be too mad. Hammond on the run, but still point for Wonky Sauce.
I love that. They're just opting. They're saying, we've gotten the defensive touches. Let's just put it in play. Swing on the first, drop it on the second.
That's a great lefty serve there. Misplayed by Hammond, and a great serve to be able to put them really into that realm of possibility. That 2 points is easier to make up. Oh, he hits a dirty reverse. Marshall swinging hard right at Plett, who's going to use his right hand to try to put one away. Great left hand by Hammond, who's going to hit this one down and gets it between the defense. Great rally, great point from everyone all around.
Unbelievable. Again, Assistive Touch able to just save themselves from another break. The defense just coming alive. Love the up and over, and everyone's scrambling. Everyone's going around. Coming alive today.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a in-form Buddy Hammond. I mean, this guy's running all over the place. Wonky Sauce has seen him play before. They know that they're not out of this. I mean, they beat the #1 team before on their route to even get to the semifinal. That is a very good left-handed set, but Buddy checks this down with his own left hand. He's going to have to jump over the net.
So Justin Plett called carry on the call. I actually wasn't sure. I thought the observer called it. That would be if they disagree, which they may because they did not actively call it, that will be a point for Assistive Touch. And I think Buddy's they're upset. Yeah. Oh, that did not look good. Yeah. But the point went to Assistive Touch.
Yeah, good sportsmanship out there. I mean, Plett made the call. He did what he thought was right. Buddy jumped into him. They dap it up a little bit and hop into game point for Hammond, who puts it away with a reverse cut. I don't know this man.
Yeah, this is the new guy. This is the new guy, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want to say, again, that's maybe a little inexperience we see coming out from Wonky Sauce. Earlier in the year, we saw the issue with Frederick Henkel and double clutch. Calling carries of your own is very dangerous because they are active calls. So unlikely that they will agree with you when you call it. So sometimes you just got to let it play. I'm happy that we actually avoided injury there on that play. That looked a little scary. But I'm just sorry I calmed it down. Unbelievable match.
No,
unbelievable win.
I needed to calm down. My heart rate was racing. It was a pretty dominant performance. I mean, after they got aced a couple of times, they said, we've got some of those in our bag. I didn't know that. A lot of people here didn't know that. Everyone on the sidelines calling Buddy a serve baller didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, a 5-point win is pretty big. I mean, they got a lot of breaks towards the end of the game, but it was a pretty clean ride for them.
I don't know if he will like me quoting him, but Dan Abrams, observing out there, told me yesterday, Buddy and Clark is the best team I've ever played. He said they are all over every single one of your shots. And now I'm seeing adding in 5-6 aces in that game.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Agree. I don't want to take anything away from Wonky Sauce. Adding 5-6 aces into a team that admittedly says we don't have the talent pool by us to be able to excel to the level we want to be at, which I don't know if I can believe them or not. They beat Sloppy Seconds. They're playing in a semifinal against some of the best players in the country. So I don't know what to take with a grain of salt and what not to.
Right, so it ended up a big win for Assistive Touch. However, there were small things that Wonky Sauce can definitely work on. There were a couple unfortunate 2 hits by Bozak. They got aced a little bit more. Now they've maybe, both sides have seen the serves, but maybe we've seen what they got. They've seen Hammond's reverse a couple times. So I think put those together, we have a much closer game, as well as just getting a little more consistency. The carry call was tough. The rim call was right, which was smart. So I think there are definitely things that they can do to bring themselves back for this game too.
Absolutely. I think the only thing they may have done wrong there, somewhere in the middle when they lost the lead, was not taking a timeout.
Right. Yep.
I think that hurt them more than they know. It gives you a chance to reset. We've talked about it all day and all day yesterday is you can't bring those things home with you. So when the other team's getting 2-3 aces in a row and someone's getting hot, this is a very, very streaky game. It can be. So I'd like to see a little bit of that that kind of experience show up in their game in the near future because these guys have a humongously bright future.
So impressed. Some of the best round net we've seen in the season, and we are getting underway here with Game 2.
We're starting a little early. My fault. I signaled them to start. I just want to get back to the action. Justin Plett goes to the left-handed reverse. Is that what that was? And then Buddy Hammond pets the dolphin and pushes that one.
Righty on 2, and I'll talk about it. These guys have not played the top teams. That serve is an ace every single time, I'm sure, with who Plett usually plays with.
I didn't know people hit lefty reverse. I didn't.
Right? An offhand reverse cut?
Yeah, that is wild. So Hammond goes a little bit too lackadaisical on that. Kind of absorbs some of the blame there. And Bozak, who had a couple aces of his own, gets to serve here. Huge right serve. Defended pretty well by Buddy, who just gets this on the net, give him a chance to play defense. Plett swinging with his right into Buddy's body or no? Just through. Great job by Plett to get that underneath Buddy.
Nice momentum. Of course, they don't get the straight ace, but it still works out for them anyway.
Absolutely. And it keeps the ball in the hand of Bozak, who goes lefty almost awesome. Got him to bite a little bit. Bozak looking to step out left, but hit a cut here, and that is a perfect serve. I've had the best view of that serve compared to every other serve I've seen all day.
Yeah, that just went straight by Marshall, even with his long outstretched arms.
Small reverse cut. Hammond, easy 1-2-3. Pretty textbook play there. When the serve receive is that great, it makes it pretty easy to put away.
They're rotating now 2-3 back to Marshall. Had so much success last game.
Yeah, and Wonky Sauce needs to be careful. They did start up last game, and they lost it. If they get as streaky, that's 2 easy serves that hit the rim, though, for Marshall. They need to stay honed in here. Justin Plett, closed off stance, hits a big righty. Oh, and it just dies in the hand of Marshall. Hammond lays out, not able to get there. Another ace for Wonky Sauce. Steps out right again. Another low cut. Defended pretty well by Buddy, who puts this right at Plett. This is going to go lefty pull, and it's perfect shot. They are steamrolling right now.
Everything coming together for Wonky Sauce. Just the strong serves. These serves have been ridiculous, right? The fact that Hammond and Marsh are getting them back to the net is just incredible in its own. So I'm not surprised that they're converting into defensive touches.
Definitely. But even then, even though they're there, reverse cut. Yes! This is craziness. Wonky Sauce, the opportunity to put it back, hits the rim. And they may be calling something on Marshall in the no-hit zone.
A no-hit zone on Marshall. Let's see.
Oh, it may be close. He only stepped over it. I know he's got very long legs, but it might have been easy to catch part of that no-hit zone. Unfortunate for them with how cool of a rally that was. But and the score is 7-2 with Wonky Sauce just rolling. Plett lefty reverse cut, and we just talked about it. I don't see them very often, and you definitely don't see it work like that.
Now a huge lead. Daps him up, says that was crazy.
And this is the argument we were having between games. It does the defense make up for the breaks that you can get with incredible serves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're finally coming, right? Already.
Oh, goes for a righty reverse cut there. Hits the rim. You can tell these guys have been putting the work in, but now they're pushing the boulder up the hill, Hammond and Marshall. Mm-hmm. Assistive Touch needs to do what they did last game. I mean, they won by 6. They're down by 5. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's definitely something that can happen. Hammond going to need to get the ball in the net very often here and let their defense come into play. Steps out wide right, just puts it on. Easy righty. Lefty, yep, that hit, I think hit the rim. A little bit too lackadaisical with the left hand. Hits Buddy right in the hip, and it is no good.
Another hitting error for Bozak. Otherwise, it's so hot or cold with this. Either they're immaculate or they're a little off.
Oh, this is a pretty predictable touch here. Going to Marshall's right hand. This will go up. A little defense of their own by Wonky Sauce. Plett putting that up. Great defense but from Assistive Touch. A soft touch from Plett. That's a double. Oh, my gosh. That may be the best rally we've seen in this entire tournament.
Unbelievable, and the place goes electric for this. Oh.
That was unbelievable. Buddy pointing to his hat. I don't know if it's because he knew that he messed up or if the ball hit him in the hat on the way up.
Yeah, it did. Oh, my goodness. Everyone out of breath and so exciting.
So unfortunate that hit Buddy's hat. They may have even had another opportunity to keep that rally going. That is the rally of the tournament.
That is, the play of the tournament. Unbelievable. And that was nutty. Oh, we're out of breath over here.
Yeah, real recognizes real. Everyone on the court is like, yeah, that was sick.
Of course, that went the way of Wonky Sauce, so no break there for Assistive Touch.
That was actually, I mean, I know it was incredible, and we took a minute to forget about what's really going on in the game, but that is huge for Wonky Sauce. I mean, they were getting some momentum from Assistive Touch, and they thrive in the when everyone's breathing heavy. These are athletes, and they love making the defensive touches, the plays. So that was very big for Wonky Sauce. They will opt to play this. Bad set by Buddy. That gets a great set from Bozak, but doesn't matter. Kick the rim. Good ears, Buddy says.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have mattered. The set didn't quite get back there, and they missed the net. But Assistive Touch needs to make something happen.
I love them opting, like we saw in the women's finals yesterday. They have good serves, so if they pocket up, we're going to opt to play that.
Oh, and a reverse cut from Marshall. Great diving set there. Lefty, Buddy setting. Marshall, who puts it away with a weird righty drop. Not sure if it was a miss or the best intentional spinny drop I've ever seen.
I'd have to go with miss, but I don't want to disrespect Marshall. Nice diving set and lefty on. Let's get another look at this. Yeah, I think just a little miss hit there, but it really worked out.
That was awesome. But Wonky Sauce, for a team that said their defense is the worst part of their game, they're getting a lot of touches. I know the sets haven't been perfect from Assistive Touch, but the fact that they're able to read and give themselves the opportunity to get breaks without having the ball in their hand at the service line is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's impressive. They're making it work in both ways, like we saw with Assistive Touch last game, and it's hard to beat when you're doing that.
Wow, that was very quick pinball. Buddy yelled go. I don't know how he reacts to anything quickly, but off the face of Marshall, not going to be close enough to the net to make anything happen.
Yeah, now Wonky has a nice lead. Everything's coming together. It's looking good for them to force a game 3 if they continue to play like this.
Oh, Plett just barely steps out to his right, gets Marshall to bite, and hits a banger left.
That toss is so quick. You can't even react to it. You need to chill with that, says Buddy Hammond. I'm having fun listening to this banter.
Lefty, reverse from Plett yet again. And the backhand from Buddy. That's pretty textbook Buddy Hammond. Easy 1, 2, 3 for Assistive Touch.
Yeah. Oh, Plett's looking like the best server in the world over there.
I'm highly impressed. I've seen some incredible serves throughout the course of this tournament. Rahul Murthy and Ryder Riva just played against each other. Those are two incredible servers. And Plett is making it look incredible out here. Oh, Buddy gets a touch, throws out a hand, not able to do anything. Good job by keeping his composure as Justin Plett.
Keeping up with the big lead. Assistive Touch tying the shoe. Clark Marshall taking a breather.
Yeah, playing that off the chest, the backhanded serve off the chest was a great job by Plett, and the serve was just good enough from Bozak, who hits a great cut serve here. Marshall, no problem. That stayed unbelievably low, pushing that between the two defensive
Nice
players.
consistent play. It feels rare just to have a 1-2-3. We've had so many dynamic points.
Yeah, it's either been an ace or a great rally. So we've seeing just a bump set spike essentially is pretty good. Great cut serve. They're calling it no good. It's going to go to the observers.
Yeah.
I believe I already heard one of them say no. And they call it clean.
Ace coming in for Clark Marshall, another one. That comes off so fast, similar to Coleman Epperson.
I think he just hits the ball from so much higher than so many other people that if it catches the front of the net, it actually stays low with how it bounces off the net. So, but it also increases that margin for error. So, great job by they're getting all the touches here on Assistive Touch, but Bozak's set very good. Plett had a lot of options.
Yeah, he's opening up his feet so he can kind of push it around Marshall and not just fully right into his body, push it around him. It hit him in the arm, but that's not enough.
Yeah, Bozak's footwork really coming into play, too, to get a great set on it. Another lefty reverse cut. Marshall puts this into the body of Plett, and I think that this may have gone on and off, but he is in the no-hit zone. So, sorry, 2 years ago that would have been sweet, Justin, but unfortunately he's in the no-hit zone. Point for Assistive Touch, who brings it within 2 or 3.
These players are just having fun out here.
You usually find that with Buddy Hammond. I will credit him with that. Visibly. You can see it. Hammond going side by side, steps out to the right. Will just put this one on to try to play defense. Bozak casual left. That hits the rim, though, I believe.
Another
Too
hitting
casual.
mistake. Another hitting mistake from Bozak.
I will say that Justin Plett is really rising to the occasion, and Bozak looks comfortable out there, but I think he's getting a little bit too comfortable. Buddy Hammond, fault on the first one. Side by side, probably stepping out right, just putting this on the net. Try to play some defense, set by Bozak, very good. Buddy gets a touch off the hat and almost reacts in time, even though the ball is on the way down.
I think the hat keeps hurting him.
Yeah, I think it does too. That hat might end up backwards in just a second.
They're having fun. So still a big lead for Wonky Sauce, despite Assistive Touch giving everything they can.
Yeah, scary lead the further we go for Assistive Touch, as Bozak tries to hit a reverse cut of his own. He's barely missing.
Yeah, but Plett has a lefty in the reverse. Bozak's cut is just unbelievable.
And then he goes for a lefty cut. No good. Clark Marshall, who started the run to get the lead back for them last game, is going to look to do the same here. Is way more points to try to make up. But hits a reverse cut. And right on cue, Clark Marshall gets an ace.
These are some of the fastest reverse cuts and cuts I've seen. Like, they just hit him right in the hand before he even had time to react.
Oh, he swings hard again. Marshall taking an extra little breath here. Hits a drop. Pretty good drop. Defended well by Plett, who's going to swing with his right hand. Good push by putting it to the left of Marshall.
Plett's really strong with that open hit, but I'm sure once they take that away, he'll just hit the pull. So not much they can do there.
Yeah, I think if Marshall just gets down early and then makes a late shift, he'll force him to keep hitting into his body.
That one up and over, even Marshall.
Yeah, that guy is a monster. All right, Justin Plett, not scared to use some of his big serves on his second serve. Faking, goes lefty cut, and it's perfect at the knee of Marshall.
He wants to give him a high five. Just respect. Just
incredible.
And for these players coming in, haven't played an SRA tournament all year and are doing this, just what else is going on in the world around that I don't know about?
I don't even want to know. There are 12-year-olds hitting reverse cuts better than this, and it's unbelievable. All right, Plett lining up first. Buddy making his adjustments. Plett opts to close his stance. Hits this one also up and over. Hammond very happy that a double fault just happened.
Very happy to not have to play a serve, and they're rotating 14-16. Not all the way for Assistive Touch, but Wonky Sauce is looking very poised to force this to a game 3.
Yeah, they do have a lot of a lot of experience, Hammond and Marshall. The reverse played off the belly button again for Plett, who hits this to the left of Hammond. That's twice they've made that play, and twice it's worked out for him.
Yeah, very strong set from Bozak able to adjust and put that over the net, and Platt right through. Platt's hitting has been immaculate.
2 belly button returns off of Buddy Hammond, I guess, backhands. Very smart. I know he's tall, but even that one's up and over. Clark Marshall, and he will get the ball back. Feeling his serves this game. Goes for a huge cut, but pockets up and over the top of Blake Bozak. Ooh, goes for another one. I liked seeing them just get the ball on the net to play defense, but it hasn't worked out for them a lot this game. It did in the first game. I would like to see them kind of go back to that, especially as we get towards the end here.
Yeah, it's always such a weird risk-reward situation.
Hammond thinking, maybe I should play this so I don't get aced by this guy.
If I get a touch, we're going. That shows Hammond is afraid of these serves. He is not having a good time returning these serves.
I don't
today.
know if that's smart to display super visibly. Oh, my gosh, I thought it happened. Buddy would have been like, I told you.
I told you, no.
These guys are having some fun out here.
So Assistive Touch trying to stay a little more relaxed. I think Wonky Sauce trying to zone in.
Sidelines love the laid-back persona because they're really hoping. Blake Bozak setting. Buddy, again, just barely misses that past his right shoulder. Plett, his hitting has been great today.
Just around every time. They're there for the body D, and he just hits them in the arm or right past them. So they have actually.
So Blake Bozak, taped up fingers. They're both wearing the old school spikeball hat. Hits a reverse cut that Marshall plays with his left hand and then pulls. He does avoid the no-hit zone and runs into Plett, but the hit was good.
If you're wondering, Plett was kind of in his way, so if Marshall went in based on that, he would have gotten the point as well.
Yeah, I actually watched him tiptoe around it. The only reason he fell in is because he chest bumped Plett really hard. All right, and
timeout call.
Will take their first timeout. With the ball in their hand, deciding what they want to do as far as offensive pressure goes. We'll see. I think Marshall's got the ball in his hand here. They will probably be talking about what they want him to go for as far as serves go. Likely getting the ball just on the net, making sure that they give themselves an opportunity because they've done so well so far, with the ball in play.
It's very challenging. I think first serve, he definitely has to decide what's my most serve on percentage serve between the cut and the reverse. They both were deadly, but which one can he hit more often? I'd go with that. Second serve, it's that risk reward. The defense hasn't been happening this game, so I think he just swings again. I think he's just got to swing again.
I may disagree with you, and the only reason I say that is because you know that they're scared of the serves. With how much Hammond's diving to try to make sure a ball gets up, even though it pocketed off serve one, he does not want to play against these serves at all. So by serving really hard again, sure, you may get the point, but the chances are, what we've seen so far with their serves, is that it's going to get back into the hands of Wonky Sauce, and both of those guys have already put a bunch of balls away without anyone touching it.
Right. And all they need is they need to hold here and then just get one more ace, and they can do it. So they have this thing to work. They're coming back onto the field here. Maybe down, but we might be seeing a Game 3 here. And Wonky Sauce could be on the way of a Pro Division berth. Big step out by Hammond. Marshall. I don't like that choice. I don't like the new serve when you need a point.
I'm not. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think it's more of a give them something they haven't seen. He puts this one on, hits the near net. They're going to go lefty from Bozak, and Buddy gets a touch. He's looking at the observers, deciding what he should argue about, but everyone else is going to call it clean. I think he was being hopeful.
Yep.
And now, the man who has aced several times already in these first two games has the ball, looking to go probably for that lefty. Knew it. Lefty reverse. Marshall puts the ball up for Hammond. Very smart pull.
Hammond has adapted really well to this lefty reverse. The first times he was nowhere close, there he was ready for it. I think if Plett mixes in a few more lefty cuts, he may not be able to. But back to Hammond, trying to keep them alive.
Hammond goes for the backhand. They may play this for the win. Wonky Sauce. Not sure what.
Might have had we had a foot drag call, so it was called dead.
To be completely honest with you, I think that's lucky.
Yep.
Needs to just put this one on, and does. Plett going to try to put this away with his right hand, and he will to the left side of Buddy Hammond. Wonky Sauce forcing a Game 3 in their first professional semifinal on stream.
Well, they took a game here, and very opposite Game 1. They looked unbeatable in that game.
Yeah.
Everything was going their way. The serves were off the charts, and there was really not much assistive touch did. They had almost 0 defensive touches. The ones they did not really convert on, and they were just getting aced left and right.
Yeah, especially the back half of the game. I mean, we saw a lot of rallies happen in the first game. We saw a couple happen. I mean, some aces happen first, and then a couple of rallies in the first maybe 10, 15 points of the match. And then after that, it was ace or 1, 2, 3, which was the polar opposite of what we saw in game 1.
Right. The rallies were coming out, but I think Wonky Sauce cleaned up their hitting. Still some mistakes from Bozak, but Plett was unbelievable. And Marshall and Hammond just could not get the touches going. They were not coming together. Of course, also, we didn't have Marshall and Hammond go off with the serving. So Game 3, it's kind of a grab bag of what we're going to get. Who's going to be hot? How are they hitting? And it really could go either way.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need to keep getting the serves on the net. They only went back to that. Assistive touch only went back to that towards the end of the game. If they know that defense is their best part of the game, they probably need to at least give themselves the opportunity to play more defense. Now, I think they changed their game plan because of how many aces they got. So that may have hurt them, the fact that they serve balled out a little bit. But Wonky Sauce said, hey, listen, our first game, I know we only had a couple of aces. That was our off game. They had a bunch of aces in this game.
Yeah, I wish I had the live raw stats here and I could shift through and know.
Pretty handily. I mean, Hammond and Marshall stayed in the game, but I mean, they never had a lead. They never got close.
That
really.
is pretty notable that Assistive Touch won bigger in Game 1 than Wonky Sauce won in Game 2. But it felt like Wonky Sauce was in more control this game. I don't think that it was as – I don't know. I think Assistive Touch, the big thing that we felt was the comeback factor. They went 118 finish, and they're joining out to the net.
Yeah, they are going out to the net. We have a couple of adjustments to make. We want to know in chat, I'm going to pull it up. We want to know in chat how many of you are rooting for the Canadians in Wonky Sauce, the guys that you've only seen out here for the first time, the guys that were you. They said that we woke up early to watch the finals, and it's so cool. A very long time. Hammond been playing at the top level since the rebirth of Spikeball and Round Net. So I want to know how everyone's feeling about this. Mike, who do you take in Game 3?
My head says Assistive Touch, but my heart says Wonky Sauce.
I can't argue with that
at
all, especially if they serve like that.
If they serve like that, there's no chance they lose. I think Assistive Touch, with the experience, with that time, I don't know if we overrate experience a lot of the time. That could happen, but I think they'll stay a little more composed if they get down compared to Wonky Sauce. But truthfully, I'm rooting for Wonky Sauce here.
I think, to your point about experience, I think experience only comes into play after the point has begun. Experience doesn't matter if the other guys aren't touching the ball.
Right.
If the other guys aren't touching the ball, then who cares? Now, for me, you know my relationship with Buddy Hammond. I've known him for 20 years. He is my best friend and best man at my wedding. So I think everyone knows my answer. So that's where I'm at right now. But they are looking to get started.
They're looking at me to get started. I'm saying
we're
give
giving
them 1 minute.
One more minute to just shake in their boots. This is the biggest game of the tournament for them so far. This means a lot more to Wonky Sauce than it does for Assistive Touch, which probably explain. I mean, Buddy Hammond is already. Buddy Hammond is always upbeat and happy like this, but it does make sense that this game means a lot less to them than it does for Wonky Sauce, who's fighting. If they win this match, they get a pro bid.
Right.
If they lose this match, they still have to go into a third-place game where they're going to have to play against
the Wonky Sauce, right? Like you said, needs a third-place finish. So even with true second, if they make the finals, that will do it for them. So, right, if not, you're right, exactly. They have to play.
And if you want to get it done, you get up to the serve line and hit a lefty cut first.
You do that.
From Bozak, who was a little quieter in game 2.
I'll finish my thought. If they lose this, they have to play Rito Boys to get that pro berth. But I'll say it doesn't look like they're losing if you can hit that serve.
No, not at all. And then he hits a righty cut. Buddy laying out for that and can't get a hand on it.
Unbelievable. Also, we had Plet do a quick Instagram shout-out to the followers. I wonder if Bozak is offended by that, saying, I can serve too.
And then he hits a third ace, and Assistive Touch already taking a timeout in 3 consecutive starting points of the match. We see our first timeout as Buddy Hammond called it immediately, stares at us in the booth, and says, that kid is a nightmare.
I told you. I said Bozak just has the cut. That cut is unbelievable. It's one of the best cuts you've seen. Plet has a lefty reverse. What are we supposed to do?
We just saw the replay of that a couple of times, at least on our monitor, and I don't even blame Buddy at all. I don't know how anyone's supposed to get a touch.
If you guys aren't going nuts in chat, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
This is the best weekend of round net I've been at in a long time.
Same. A very long time.
In a very, very long time. They're coming back to the net now. I don't know what I'm thinking here. It's just Wonky Sauce. If they keep it up like that, they can't lose. They can't lose. And Assistive Touch seems shook.
I mean, they've already put themselves in a position to just play standard round net and win. That was a great try by the body defense there. Assistive Touch looking like the scared team all of a sudden.
Started down game down a 3-point handicap.
I mean, at least it happened early, but like we were saying, if they just put the ball on the net over and over again, I don't know how Wonky Sauce loses, assuming the defense is lackluster like last game for Assistive Touch. Bozak needs to be careful. Every time he's gone lackadaisical off these drop shots, he's hit the rim.
Yeah, I should think. Oh, is it good?
Oh, I heard them yell no.
I don't know what they were yelling about. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, it may have been go. It may have been go. All right, now Plet, who's got a humongous arsenal of serves of his own, goes for a giant reverse. Goes to another one. It is a reverse. Buddy's set a little off the net, and Marshall not able to do anything with it.
And there's a break for Plet. That's now 3 for Bozak, 1 for Plet. And they're just rolling here in this game 3.
Yeah, I do not know what Hammond and Marshall are supposed to do. They will probably play this backhand. That is textbook Buddy Hammond. Keeping themselves in the fight here, but I mean, at what cost? They're running around a whole lot more for their couple of points than Wonky Sauce has even moved for theirs.
Right. They are working as hard as they can. They are not going to play that one. They are not afraid of Marshall. He hit some in game 1, but not right now. Andy said it's in the sun. I do not want that.
Yeah, no, never. Marshall, drop shot on the second one. Pletzer hitting it up to Bozak, who gets this on and off, and he was not in the no-hit zone, as at least what the argument they're making.
No-hit zone violation is called. Violation. Yeah, just barely. Just barely. Left foot was in, just barely.
And then a cut serve from Bozak. I mean,
it's what they do, says Hammond. He's given us just lines on lines on lines.
That's a little bit of frustration. Oh, no. Oh, diving.
That was a rim. But Flat is laughing at the effort.
All right, Bozak, second serve, steps out to his left, but hits a reverse cut. Hammond going to swing, backhand, pushes it between the two players. Again, that's his favorite shot.
He's been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
No, not decades, but almost a decade.
A decade.
Almost a decade. Yeah, a decade. A decade. And based off of my talk with Plet, I believe he started playing just mid-2019, so just 2 years.
These kids are incredible.
2 years. Buddy Hammond, playing for 9?
Nine.
9?
Yeah.
9?
Hammond steps out to the right, drops one on. Bozak. Oh, they go on two. Another mistake. This will get put away. Yeah, there looked like Plett was asking if something was a hinder. All in all, the point would have gone Assistive Touch's way, but there was a violation from Wonky Sauce. Assistive Touch.
Bring us one back. Bring us one back. We already seem like we're calling it.
Hammond hits a great cut. This set is incredible from Bozak.
Oh.
I think with how high that was, Hammond should have started running.
Yeah, that's what we've seen. We've seen these off-net hits from Wonky Sauce have been long and far. They haven't really adjusted to that. But I want to shout out Bozak. That's like his 4th recovery set so far.
Yeah, he's looking like Frederick Hinkle out there. I mean, that was just putting it in a position where his teammate can put it away. That was awesome. I hope he likes the comparison. Reverse cut goes to Buddy Hammond's left hand, who drops this. And they're asking about a carry
on Clark Marshall's set.
You know what? I don't hate it from Wonky Sauce doing anything they can to get this W. I mean, this is a very big moment for them.
Looks a little elongated. However, I don't think he used it as a way to change direction of the ball. More guided it, which is they are doing a redo, which seems reasonable.
Does seem reasonable. I would hate that if I'm Assistive Touch, because now you let Plett serve again, who always goes slow motion to the right and then quick toss.
What's so interesting is that sometimes he'll fake for the full 5 seconds, and sometimes he goes one fake, going.
Reverse. Oh, and Hammond a little bit too casual. That hits the rim. Assistive Touch already has called their timeout, and they do not have anything else in their bag to stop the bleeding here.
Wonky Sauce is making Assistive Touch work so much.
Plett goes for another one. I want to know how many serves they do on a daily basis. He fakes again, goes left reverse. Marshall puts it up with his right hand and puts it away very easily and low with the power that we know he has.
His left reverse is better than so many premier players just ran straight reverse.
I don't even have a cut, so that's where we're at.
They're talking it up, seeing what they can do.
Yeah.
They are just so calm and composed.
Yeah, Hammond says, we've been here. And they have. I think actually in Garland, Hammond told me that one of their pool play matches, they broke 7 points to come back. There was a little bit of what looked like a hinder. Doesn't matter. Hammond able to put that up 1, 2, 3.
You're absolutely correct about that. One of their matches, they were down and broke 7 points in a row to win. They've done it before, and they did it right there. Just want a quick point right
There's
back.
one.
They'll take anything that Wonky Sauce gives them. They will take.
Good hand.
He's there. Oh. Marshall was so happy to so sad so quick.
Yeah, that was
But he
great.
went on 2, but he was in the no-hit zone.
That was great. Barely, too. I mean, I think it's so unfortunate that he probably just covered a small sliver of that, a small little crescent moon of that. Lefty cut is awesome. Bad set by Hammond, and he's going to want that one back. And any point that they got back a second ago, they have just given up.
Already gone. When you said defense or serving, what's easier to do? Just serve. Not easier to do. They're practicing hard, but today, there it is. Right?
Lefty reverse.
Another one. 2 serves, 2 aces.
Bozak and Plett both have him in the bag.
He's just showing everything. Bozak's coming to play in this game 3.
All right. Bozak steps to the line, crossed up. Big reverse. Played by Marshall, who's just going to hammer this one home.
Looked low on energy, Assistive Touch.
Hammond going to need to get a couple of aces that we saw in the first game if they're going to have any chance at this. Defense will not win anymore. They need to get some big points. Just puts this one on, drops it. Plett going to swing with his left hand and pulls it big. Great touch by Marshall, who's going to have a chance to put it away with his right. Another really good touch by Bozak, who's sprinting back to the net, and the set was just a little bit too far. Great point all around, but that goes the way of Assistive Touch.
The first rally we've seen in a while. There is one of the first times we've seen the soft hit on 2, soft serve on your second serve work out for them.
Yeah, it's going to have to work a little bit more often. They have a handful of points to make up here. Buddy opts to change up his stance. Probably going to cross over backhand again. There he is. Great backhanded serve. A nice set here, but they're going to have an opportunity.
To the rim.
Calls the rim right off the bat. I hate when they don't play. It makes me nervous.
The USA fans coming alive for Hammond there. Let's quickly talk about that set from Pletz. Just almost perfect.
It was
almost perfect.
Again, something that would make Frederick Hinkle proud.
Yeah.
Off the net, that was so good. It just went a little bit long. Oh, they may play this. Oh, great. Great idea. I think if Plett gets a little bit better of touch, they take the ball out of Buddy's hand and try to play some offense. Hammond probably putting this on the net. Comes back to Plett, who's swinging righty. Good touch by Buddy, but they both may have been able to throw a hand out at it. Just stabs a little too hard.
Just a little too out instead of up. He wants to pop that right up for Marshall.
Steps out wide right, fakes left again, and opts for the swinging right.
If you were here, you could hear a pin drop. It gets so quiet before every serve.
And very loud after every rally. It is awesome. So cool to be a part of. Plett tries to swing again. Hammond thinking his lucky stars that that doesn't hit net only.
So down 3 here, they could do it.
Marshall swinging hard. Great recovery from Plett. Marshall puts this back close, and he's swinging. That may be clean, and that might be the best left hand we've seen.
I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think here. Please, let's get this up here. Boom. That looks good from here.
Oh, this angle is going to be very good.
This is the best right here. Let's see it. Up. That. I don't think his hand was over the net.
I don't think hand over the net.
Let's see it again. We got it another time here.
The only thing that I could possibly see is that his left foot is in the no-hit zone when he makes contact and he falls out of it. Other than that, where his body is, where his hand
he's
is,
in the no-hit zone for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. That's tough. You watch his right foot. His right foot here, if we can see it, drags through the no-hit zone. In my opinion, I could be incorrect. That is my view, but they gave it to him.
We got to see it on replay and 5 times.
Yeah.
So
and I'm gonna quickly say, if you think this is reason for we should have video replay, do not think that. It is part of the game. We don't need video replay for everything. It's just fun to know they should not have come over to us. So I'll just throw that in there real quick.
All right, well, they will get the ball back. Wonky Sauce serves up and over the head of the 6'1" Clark Marshall. Buddy Hammond with a side-by-side stance. Backhand again. They may play this. Plett passing to Bozak. Bad set, but great push by Plett. Thinking about a carry is Hammond.
Yeah. Carry on the set.
And I'm going to tell you right now that Hammond hates calling that.
Yeah.
But it is part of the game.
He's got to. I know he'd be calling himself. So they lost that one to that crazy rally, but they pick one up there. Now they're down 12-14.
At one point in this game, the scoreboard did read that they were down 6 points, I believe. So, for where they are now, this seems a whole lot more doable. And a drop shot ace by Buddy Hammond.
We got a clean call. Thought he saw a rim. He gets a clean call from Luke Mowry, and now they're back within 1.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times those when you have some backspin on a drop shot like that, it has that little noise, and everyone just assumes it touches the rim. He gets a very fortunate call. This is a great serve received by Plett, who swings with his left. It stays very, very low, and it worked in his favor extremely well.
I'm going to say it. I don't even know how you could hit that low. That was just straight on and off.
Yeah, without it pocketing up, like rolling up, I don't know how.
Unbelievable. So no worries there. They were in a nice spot for defense, but to no avail, and back to Wonky Sauce, but only up 2 now.
Wonky Sauce, Plett, and that beautiful head of lettuce steps out to his right, hits a reverse cut, defended interestingly by Hammond.
We had a carry call from Plett, so they will talk. Oh, they gave it to him by Garrett. So, yes, and that is another one for Wonky Sauce. Less exciting of an ace, but one, no doubt.
It sucks to see on the serve receive when a ball's that far wide, but it just kind of means that you jumped a little too far. He did carry it by definition of the rule. So Wonky Sauce is serving left-handed.
That one's up 16-13 now. They have a nice lead to hold on to.
Yeah, that was definitely an unfortunate carry call for Assistive Touch. They need to block that out. It looked like it took some wind out of their sails, but they need to stay in this. Wonky Sauce just playing so clean, though.
2 breaks needed for Assistive Touch to keep this alive.
I love that he's going to the newer serve. Hits a reverse cut. Plett defends it well. Swings left. Soft touch by Marshall. Buddy gets the swing. Goes up and over. This place loses their mind.
That's absolutely lit. A nice soft touch by Marshall. This is exactly how they play their game. It starts with a nice serve, and just look at that wide open shot there. Buddy going up and open. That's a classic shot. And they now only need 1 to keep it alive.
That's Clark Marshall just getting really big, which is something we know he does so well. And then he tries to hit a cut that was just barely too much. Slightly closed off stance. Puts this one on. Tries to play some defense. Bozak, backhand. He needs to be careful. He gets a little bit
a little casual there,
a little
right?
lazy, and we've seen him hit the rim a couple of times. So that was a great backhand. Put a little power on it just to make sure, too.
Up to Wonky Sauce. It says up 2, but really up 1.5 as they have that mini break on top.
Steps outright, gets a cut serve. Clark's first pass is very good, and then they put this one between the defense.
Good like they're trying
receive.
to box him out there.
Yeah.
Great serve receive.
The serve receive is what's most important for them. So when they're not touching serves, that's kind of why you see that there are so many insurance points by Wonky Sauce.
So now Buddy Hammond to serve. Really not much success this game. He had 1 backhand, 1 drop, but the reverse not coming out.
There's the reverse. I do want to see him try something else. He did hit a regular reverse cut in the first game for an ace. So we'll see kind of what happens. See what he goes for. He'll probably try to just get this on the net, and does. Plett going to swing with his right hand. Buddy gets a touch. That's going up at Clark Marshall, so they will play it up. That is very unfortunate because that could have been the defensive break that they needed.
Oh, that's very unfortunate, especially when off Plett into the net. The good thing is Hammond does get first serve here, which helps a lot.
That does help, but not as much as a point would have. He is very upset about it. I mean, just part of the game. He needs to reset here. Plett probably very happy to have blocked that with his face.
And back to Hammond. I think we'll see the drop again.
He likes going out wide right. Just put his teammate away from them. He drops it pretty well. And a botched set.
And he wants a hinder call on the set with Hammond rotating around. It is a hinder, which gives the point to Wonky Sauce.
That is a tough one. Buddy's argument is that Wonky Sauce jumped back into where he was rotating to make the set, which may just be an unfortunate.
We'll see. So he's saying, but Buddy is saying that he. He jumped back into him. We're just trying to see what's happening going on the net. So here would be, as Bozak said it, he jumped back into Hammond, and they're saying that Bozak had the right to that space. He set his set was bad because Hammond was in his space. They're saying and he could have avoided.
Yeah, understandable. He's questioning the rules, which he should not be doing to the observers right now. They made the call based on the current rules.
And they're going to redo it. Plett is giving him the redo.
And the last thing you want to see is this go the other direction. Huge sportsmanship out of the Canadians. Hammond steps back to serve for a 5th time on this point. Drops. Plett, easy 1-2, swings 3, earns the point, very respectable. Head nod from Hammond to Plett.
So now it's over to them at 18-16.
Oh, He put as much when the
Yep.
ball doesn't move very fast and he swings his arm that hard, you know it has so much spin. And he hits a lefty cut that Hammond almost has to dive for.
And Plett called a hinder. And let's see if the observers agree or disagree.
Hinder or carry?
Carry, excuse me. And so the observers will meet also say that that break and this break takes a little wind out of the sails, and it was a carry call. So we're at 19-16 now for Wonky Sauce.
That is a tough call to me, considering the ball. You could argue that the ball stayed in his hand as long on the serve as it did on the serve receive. They will play this to make sure that they stop serving.
Yep. And now. 17-19, Andrew 19. 17-19. And so now we're back to Marshall. They need two.
Marshall steps out wide right, puts this on with a cut. It was a great serve.
They called rim, I believe. So this will go to observers. I would see either an ace or a redo.
I could see either one of those calls. Three observers having very different opinions on
We got an
ball
ace
moves.
call, and that's
Ace,
one for Marshall. Brings them back within one. They just need one more break.
Definitely what Assistive Touch needed. Marshall at the service line. When he's feeling it, we saw him get 3 in a row in one game already. The last thing they want is to have him hit the net on a hard serve here, but we'll see if he goes to just get this on the net or if he goes for an ace. Net it is. Bozak swinging with his right hand. Soft touch. This needs to go on the net, unfortunately, and it will not.
It does not. So it goes back to Wonky Sauce for a match point in the hand of Bozak, who has been the standout server this game. And the big thing here is that if they get it back, we'll have Buddy Hammond will have to get a break to keep it alive. But here we go. We got Bozak.
Great serve. Hammond with a good set. This goes up and over. Clark Marshall keeping this game alive, but they need a break or else Wonky Sauce is going to go to their first pro final in not even
their first
home
tournament, right?
Not even their home country in their
Yeah.
first tournament.
We got Hammond needs a break here.
Hammond will be serving hard on this first one. Big cut. Defended well. Plett swinging big. Great touch. Great defense from Assistive Touch. Either way, I think Assistive Touch is getting this point. The argument is for the rim. I don't think it even matters.
Did they call rim?
They played it out.
I think they played it. And it was a rim, so that is a break for Assistive Touch to tie it at 20s.
If you would have told me that they were going to bring this game back, even the hopeful optimism in me would have said, you might be a little bit crazy. All of a sudden, we've got ourselves 20 places losing their mind. The observers are resetting. The teams are taking a breather. It was kind of an unspoken time. Hammond on 20-20. Needs to get a break eventually. Tries to hit a reverse. It just pockets up a little bit high. I know I've toned my voice down a little bit. It's because it's so quiet out here while they wait to hit. Steps out to the right. Cuts one, actually.
And gets an ace!
Gets a point. Assistive Touch gets the ace on the easy cut.
You know what? But he got him because every time he does that step out on 2, he drops it. He drops it. So they're like, hey, it came hard. That was such a smart mix-up by Buddy Hammond.
That was very smart by Hammond. And this is actually reminiscent of the games we had on stream yesterday where the soft second serve that's
This is the best roundette ever. Unbelievable. I don't know, you'll disagree with ever, but we've talked about 2021 might be the best season we've ever had. This solidifies it right here.
Yeah, 2021, the best season. Wonky Sauce takes a timeout at 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, that was poetic, Mike White.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
It is
Andrew, you got to throw it over to us because we are we are just
because I'm sweating.
We're having
I'm
a
hunched
great
over.
time. This is
Producer Andrew Gasaway throwing it to us when we're in our most vulnerable state. Oh, man, this is unbelievable. It's clear blue skies, like 75 degrees here in Southern California. We are seeing some of the best sports we've seen in a very long time, in person especially. This is incredible to watch, and I'm so happy to be here. I don't care who wins. This place is going to lose their mind.
It's either way, it's ridiculous. And let's not forget, we have a finals coming up after
Oh,
this.
yeah. This is the
This
finals.
feels like a finals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We could have 2 more matches after this.
No, even the third place matches.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way that both of these teams are playing, going against the Rito boys, who is already a top team in the country. I mean,
we're back here with
I'm excited for a third place match.
Oh, my God. Back to Hammond.
The timeout before match point. He goes with an ace on the backhand serve. I think you may have just.
They
Oh
can
my
still hear
gosh!
us.
Okay,
They can still hear
I
us.
couldn't hear myself. I didn't know if you could hear me. Unbelievable from Hammond to get 2 aces back to back, looking like double clutch out there, which is apropos considering that's who they'll look to face in the finals here in Mission Viejo.
This is just absolutely crazy. Get another look at this ace. The backhand works, jams him, and Hammond worked so hard all series for that.
He is ecstatic. He gave a full 360 afterwards on the ground. I hope that all of you at home are enjoying it the way that we are. I hope everyone in chat is losing their mind. I'm going to pull it up in between matches and just see how crazy everybody's going.
But shout out to Wonky Sauce. What a performance.
Absolutely.
I hope they bring it to Rito boys, and I think they know they need that third place finish. So this would be huge. And however, also, right, if they get this third place finish, if they beat Rito boys and Assistive Touch wins the finals, they still have a chance at second. True second still exists. They could, if Assistive Touch wins this tournament, they could still get in second and get that automatic pro bid. But I think based on math, they just need third place. So they're going to be absolutely bringing it.
Yeah, and I hate to be, I know we mentioned this earlier, but Graham and Showalter are in the wings. They are the bubble team as far as a pro bid goes, assuming Wonky Sauce takes it to Rito boys in that third place game. They will definitely be focused way more on that. They don't care who wins anymore.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
So we are seeing some of the most incredible round net that that's ever happened. Not just this year, but that's ever happened.
Yes. The whole event has felt like nationals. It's unbelievable that we have nationals in 2 weeks that will likely be more exciting than this. I can't even fathom what's going on. We have Double Clutch warming up there now. They're ready to go. They've had a long break since their last game, so they've got to stay warm. And I just don't know what to say.
Yeah, I do want to note that there are maybe at least 100 people who either played yesterday or spectated yesterday that are out to the sides of the camera that you cannot see, that are having an unbelievable time, and you can hear them go off probably in the microphone.
Yeah.
It has been such an amazing morning, and we still have the big shebang. We still got the ship.
We got the whole thing. So, of course, Double Clutch versus Assistive Touch. Sponsoring the Spikeball Tour Series. Hampton Unbelievable Socks and Underwear. Check them out. They're out here this weekend. We got Stuart Spiked Seltzer. Iconic just got spiked. Try their root beer and their orange creamsicle. So good. We got Protein 2.0, the official performance drink of the Spikeball Tour Series. Of course, as well, we got Vii Apparel Co, who made saying this now because he would get embarrassed. Going on here is thanks to him. He has made the stream incredible throughout the years, and I'm so glad to be a part of it and be able to put on the show for all of you guys.
All right, I'm typing in chat. Now's your chance. We have it pulled up.
Thank you.
We want to hear from you. Wow, the first thing in chat when I pull it up is one, an unbelievably nice compliment, and two, very untrue. But Yuxkus, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. We've had an absolute blast with you guys.
Yeah, send in a couple of your questions if you got them. Andrew, let's go. Yeah.
Hello to everyone at home. We are very glad that you are watching with us today.
Let's see here. There we go. All right, Buddy Hammond walking by us. Hey,
why don't you give a chat with him?
Buddy,
Mr. Hammond.
come on in. Sit down for a sec. This is what everyone wants to see. All right. Now is your chance.
I'm vibrating right now.
Now is your chance for some Q&A with Buddy Hammond coming off of a semifinal win. I'll start the conversation, but chat supporters.
I don't even know if I can speak English right now.
I'm pretty sure 40 Spikeballers stayed at the Hammond household yesterday.
There was a lot.
Bud, how do you feel, dude?
That was a dream. How often do you get the chance to serve? I don't know. We were down 2 or 3 at the point break, and I was serving 19,
I just want to tell you right now, at one point you were down 6.
We were down a lot in the first game too, but then we got our rhythm. We kind of made them hit shots they were uncomfortable with. They played super clean game 2, and then game 3 they put the pressure on with serving. And it's incredible that when they hit a lefty cut or all these balls that are so far away, whatever we have to do to win. And yeah, I can't believe we're sitting here after winning that.
Yeah, that was a big congratulations from us. I mean, I think everyone here, you could feel the USA camaraderie against the Canadians.
Sure.
We do want to give a humongous shout-out to Wonky Sauce.
I am blown away.
This is their first SRA-sanctioned tournament.
This is one of the most stacked. For them to do so well in such a stacked tournament, just coming out and no one's really seen them. They took Sloppy down, which put them in a bad bracket play against Rito boys. But my gosh, they were hitting some of the widest cuts. Like Clark's 6'6", leaning, and they were still getting wide. But again, we trusted our game. We played and we made something happen. I went for it on a second serve, which I rarely do. Had to put some pressure on and got him on the fingertips, and my heart's still beating really hard.
All right. Well, we got a couple of things in chat. People are just shouting you out. A lot of all caps buddies. And then we got Buddy is my favorite player. He gives hope to defenders. I love that. People are telling you that you're insane.
Yeah, that felt wild.
And then they say, way to stick to it. Great adjustments.
Thank you, everyone. Like, the support, too, has been crazy. Like, people coming up. Like, it's fun to play, like you said, in our backyard and at the top level with a partner that I feel like I could really win with. I did that for many years, as you know. I felt like we could have won a lot more.
Are you sure Luke's the one that has commentary with my voice in it? So,
yeah.
Yeah, go watch that.
Yeah,
Why
go watch
not?
what was it, Jordan something?
Yeah, I mean, my voice. I mean, Jordan's voice.
Dude, I honestly think I blacked out when they got to, like, point whatever. But, man.
Well, back-to-back aces. Ace on the backhand, didn't think that was
going to happen. Dude, I asked Clark, I was like, what do you want me to hit here? He goes, give him the spicy backhand. I said, okay.
You guys stayed pretty composed. I know that this meant a little bit less to you guys as far as the overall standings and points go. Not to say that this game didn't mean anything to you. It meant a whole lot more to Wonky Sauce because with a third-place finish, they would actually knock out Showalter Graham and grab a pro bid. So Showalter Graham will be eyeballing that third-place game like crazy.
Wow.
So
if Wonky wins the third-place game, they're in pro.
As far as our math, as far as we understand it, that could happen.
Because this tournament's got a lot of points on the line, a lot of teams, plus a lot of teams that have a lot of points. So, to podium in my backyard at 29 years old after playing this game for a decade now, I can't even put it into words. It's amazing. Feels really good. And shout out to Clark, man. He made some great serves, some great touches, kept us alive in all 3 of those games, and. Yeah, it was fun to give him a 3-game performance.
People want to know, when did you start serve balling?
So, for those of you that don't know, I moved to Colorado for the summer. So Clark and I were living together out there with Michael Sue, Joel's there, Jason Rhodes, and some other people were coming through. We had a basement, and I just sat there. I put in 2 hours a day. Honestly, I served over 100 balls. Got super sore in the rear delt. Elbow was feeling funky a few days ago, but I was putting in hours for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, and reverse started feeling good. Cut started moving a little bit. And then actually when I came back to California, I feel like I lost it in those 3 days. Different altitude. Something was off. But, when we were warming up today, me and Clark were both hitting really good serves, and I was like, all right, let's bring the pressure.
Yeah, so what you're saying is the key is work out for 15 minutes for every abdominal muscle you have.
Yes.
So I need to start with at least 15 minutes.
Exactly, 15 minutes is it.
And then that's why you get 2.5 hours, I get 15 minutes. And eventually when you get really good, you start looking like that and you add more time.
But honestly, something that was helping me too is just you got to get the shoulders and the forearms and the biceps. Get everything loose before you just go in there and start ripping serves against the wall. Like, take time to warm it up. 5 minutes before could save you a lot of pain and help you be a little bit more successful, I think.
All right. Borkspool says, Buddy Hammond serve balling to win pro semis against the Canadian team was not on my California Tour Stop bingo card.
It wasn't. It was nowhere in my brain, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Ryder came up to me and he goes, dude, winners win. You're insane. I was like, I appreciate it, man. I'm freaking out.
Keiju says, Buddy Hammond is my hero.
You're my hero. Do it for the people. And also, I want to say shout out to everyone that's supported me this season in general. You know, I had a lot of people that threw me a couple bucks just to be on the jersey. The jerseys didn't make it in time, unfortunately, but I will make a video with those. But thank you so much if you were a supporter or if you just support from a distance. Love you guys, too. Thanks for watching.
How do you have a 12-pack?
Genetics. Genetics with a lot of – I like vegetables, but I also eat crap sometimes. But try to eat good most of the time. Buddy,
please plug your round net fitness.
Yeah, so I'm actually I put together a Spikeball round net training I don't know if I can say Spikeball round net training program. It's a round net training program. I'll talk to Spikeball about maybe getting them to sponsor it, but yeah, it incorporates pushing, pulling, hinging at the hips, squatting, core work, and then also doing mobility, yoga, doing meditation after your workouts. Just the whole approach to feeling your best mentally and physically. So if you're interested, would love to coach you on that and get you into the group. I think I have 15 people in for this first round and trying to expand on that and figure out maybe hire someone like a Jarrett Rouse to come on board and keep some accountability and put things together. Luke Mowry's doing something similar too, so I might try to get him on board.
Big moves.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta keep this train rolling. We do have to take a break. One or two more questions before that. Defensive philosophy is like too big of a question. Now that you played Canada and you're looking for another country to play, where's that?
Lithuania.
There you go.
I'm looking for Lithuania ballers.
And then the last one.
Yep.
What's your mindset being down game 3 in, let's say, especially against serve ballers in 30 seconds or less?
You know, obviously I want to promote positivity, but more often than not, it's just neutral. Like, as long as I cannot get down and think, oh, we blew this game or we're never going to come back, that's not going to help me at all. I don't have to be like, oh, we're for sure winning this game. I'm not trying to over positivity it, if you will. I'm just trying to neutral and be like, hey, all I can do is make the play in front of me and do whatever I can in this moment. You have to be as present as you can. Don't live in what already happened. Don't live in what might happen. Just focus on what's happening right in front of you, and that's how you're going to compete at your best level.
Great answer from the mindful Buddy Hammond.
Great job commentating. You guys love this guy, too. I want to see some Bryce for Love in that chat a little bit, too, when I watch it back. You're doing great,
man. You get out of here. They want to interview you out there
love you.
as well. Besos.
Thanks, dude.
All right, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the finals.
We'll see him in the finals. We appreciate you being here. We are going to take a very, very short break and catch you here in about 5 minutes. We'll see you there.